Greetings everyone and welcome to this very special episode of PCR for, you guessed it. So, without further ado, let's press X. And I do not know if you've seen the previous episode for PCR, but that one was for Days Gone. Anyway, I did mention that I was going to do a Spider-Man special with this whole, Infinity Saga thing and the new Spider-Man movie Far From Home coming up, which it came out already yesterday, which I'm very grateful that I got to see, by the way. I hope you guys already saw it. If not, there's going to be major spoilers here, you guessed it, for sure, as well as for the other movies, the Marvel movies. What was this? Yeah, I had mentioned before in that game. Check it out real quick. Look at that. If you haven't seen the movie before, this is the first spoiler. Well, I think this costume comes out in the trailer, but look at that. This is what it looks like fully in action. So, some spoiler here, not too much. Let me just get into the game real quick. Anyway, so, whoa, okay. Like I said last time, I was going to do a special on it, just kind of analyzing, maybe, I don't know, just pretty much discussing the whole thing, really, what it stands for, I guess primarily what it stands for, the beauty of it, kind of like an appreciation thing, kind of. Also, not to mention, take a look at some of the subliminations in most of them. I mean, pretty much all the movies. I mean, it's still Hollywood, still cinema, whatnot. There's a lot of, let's just say, there's a lot of lenses that go through the making of these scenes, if you would. But yeah, I mean, so without further ado, let's just change the costume real quick. I like the other one better. Give me a second. Oh, it's this one. There you go. So, let's see here. Check this shit out. Look at that. Beautiful. Nice. The good thing about this game is that you don't really die when you fall into the ground, or ever at all. So, that's really cool. Anyway, that Spider-Man suit looks sexy. Okay, so really, I guess there's a whole lot to talk about. I don't know where to start. Let's just get to the roof here and start off with some basic familiarities with the whole franchise, maybe. Okay, so what am I familiar with? Okay, so I grew up with Spider-Man. Out of the whole Marvel thing, I grew up with mostly Spider-Man. Never saw much Thor. I grew up with Spider-Man, Hulk. I saw a lot of Hulk. Not a lot of Captain America. Although I knew who he was, pretty much. But not so much. I saw Iron Man. But I didn't really grow up with him. Mostly just Spider-Man. But Spider-Man here he was like a god to me as a child. So that's one good thing, about these heroes, is that, there's everyone's childhood heroes, whether it be Spider-Man, Hulk, Thor, Iron Man. But yeah, so Spider-Man, I'd be most familiar with Spider-Man, although as I've grown, I've come to know myself a little bit more. Personality, well, maybe not personality, it's because, well, it's complicated. If you want to get into complexes, stuff like that, what character you'd like to associate with, I don't know why, just fucking, anyway, a lot of my personality, because I'm young, associates a lot with Spider-Man. Not only that, I grew up with Spider-Man, so it's kind of like a role model to me, but so Spider-Man's a kind of a big match, as well as Iron Man, because just, well, okay, nah, I'm not gonna say I'm Tony Stark or anything like that. It's just, you know, my personality likes his for some reason, much like, you know, well, I guess you could say, you could pretty much say that, you know, it's kind of like that relationship that, you know, Peter has with Tony, where Tony's his mentor and everything. Because when I got to know Tony Stark more of an adult, when I was already more of an adult, I was like, hey, this is really, you know, something that I could have used, because it's not just much like him. We both had an absent father figure, pretty much. His was physically present, although really not so much. More than mine for sure. I had a stepdad, but, you know, biological father is a whole nother level of, you know, development. And so he had those same problems, fatherlessness. It appears that Peter does so as well, only having his aunt to look up to, really, physically and in family speaking, I guess. So there's that. I've also come to learn, you know, with life's experiences, as well as anyone should come to learn, that one should always do the right thing. And so that's the way I would relate to Captain America, because like I said, I didn't really grow up with him, grow up with Spider-Man. But now that I've come to know the characters a lot more, it's, you know, it's amazing to see the impact, I guess, these characters, super and normal, have on their fans, really. It's crazy. So, growing up with Spider-Man, I saw the original movies, and then when the Marvel ones started, I didn't really see, like the Thor. I saw the Hulk one, but I didn't really see the Thor, Captain America, the Guardians, and all the other ones that are, I guess, a little more unfamiliar, a little less mainstream, I guess, less of hits. So I saw the Spider-Man, I saw the Iron Man ones. I also saw the which one was it? I saw the first Avengers, this first team up, and then I saw all the Iron Mans. Although when I saw these movies, I was just pretty much like everyone else, where you go watch a movie and get entertained and get all excited and probably forget about it the next couple of days. Pretty much like that, except for the Spider-Mans, because, you know, Spider-Man. And what else did I see? So I didn't see Age of Ultron. I saw the Iron Mans, I saw the Spider-Mans, I never saw the Thors. And then I saw, okay, so then after, when they started coming out with the later phases, I saw Doctor Strange, which was pretty interesting. It was pretty nice. Doctor Strange is a special thing of its own. We'll get into that later. Hopefully we have some time. But I saw Doctor Strange, and then I saw, I didn't see Black Panther. What is it? I saw Captain Marvel when it came out, but that's really recent, so it doesn't really count. What else was it? There's one movie I'm forgetting about. Doctor Strange, and, well, I saw the new Spider-Mans. I also saw the Garfield ones. Those fucking suck, yo, by the way. They just wasted money and time. Well, I'm pretty sure they made some money, but they wasted time and just effort, and no, it's just complete trash. So I hope you're enjoying this little what would you call it, swinging cruise with Spider-Man here. Let's head on the ground somewhere a little more interesting, maybe, or let's head to the park, because I've been talking a lot. I forgot to mention, most of this episode is going to be talking. I'll get into some action in a bit, but I do have to focus a little more on my speech. Anyway, so I saw Spider-Man ones, I saw Doctor Strange, what other? I saw Infinity War for sure. But that's because I knew everyone was gonna come out, and you know, that's when I got hooked, kinda hooked into the whole Marvel series. And then I saw Endgame, and that just did me in until the whole thing. And I decided to take it upon myself to venture into this whole universe and assimilate it, because so many reasons. First of all, grew up with Spider-Man, so I adore Spider-Man. He's like kind of like pretty much the face of Marvel. If you were to sum up Marvel in its whole entirety, Spider-Man maybe, I guess, I mean, just the Avengers is the background and Spider-Man is at the forefront, really. But okay, so one of the reasons I got sucked into it is because of the heroism displayed in the whole thing. I always loved the movies. I'm really interested in how, well, now I'm really interested in how characters or actors really use their own life experiences and their abilities and whatnot to make these characters come to life. Also, I mean, they use a, oh shit, fuck, give me a second here. Okay, let me deal with this bullshit. Hold on, fuck, okay. So I didn't hit anyone there, fucking great. Where are they at? Okay, they're up there on the roof. Genius. Fuck. Okay, excuse me guys, let me just, fuck, I'm getting hit. Okay. Nope, nope. Shit, you're not gonna ruin my day today. Fuck no. I need to explain some shit and you're not gonna kill me in the middle of it. Fuck. Okay, give me a second here. I feel like I should mention that I put this game on, fuck, what is it on? Let me see, just to show you, because, oh yeah, it's on Ultimate. You unlock the setting when you complete the whole game. I forgot to mention also that I already beat the whole game because I've had it since before I started PCR. Since before PCR was born, I guess. Fuck, I need some, oh, good thing we got away. Need some focus here. Shit. Okay, hold on. I think we're better off just cruising around here. Okay. So, got into it because I saw one of the main things I got into the whole MCU is because of the cinematics. The cultural content in it, in the movie itself, again, there's a lot of things to keep in mind when you're talking about culture and cinema and things of that nature. See, one of the reasons why they change a lot of the actors and they keep making remakes and spin-offs is, again, because of culture. Culture changes a lot, and culture, in simple words, basically reflects the condition, the human condition, really, in a given area or population, whatever you want to focus on. So that's really what they base the whole films on, really. And as culture changes, so do the films, I guess, really, if you think about it. But so when you consider things like that, it leads you to think about all the, you know. Okay, let me put it this. Oh shit! Come on, give me a second here. Okay, we're heading the wrong. We're not looking for troll right now. We're in the middle of something here. Okay, cool. I don't want to put Spider-Man as a coward, but he already saved the whole game, so he's not a coward, okay? What was I saying? God, okay. Oh, yeah. So as culture changes, so do I guess the themes in the movies have to change to suit the movement of the culture, because one of the main things about it is that culture is a live thing, you know, it changes every day, and it's constituted kind of partly by everyone's experiences culminated together, represented either through, you know, writing, speech, art, communication, behavior. That's a really big one. And acting out, and that's why we have drama too. That's one of the reasons why we have drama. It's a way of, it's an expression, it's a grand expression of some kind, and of the human, really, as it knows itself. And so the culture may be comprised of, you know, like I said, the experiences and what those experiences are like, you know, the characteristics, the things involved, the people involved, the forces involved, maybe even the objects involved in these experiences. And, you know, the more relatable the experience across more humans, obviously, say, because every human is different, everyone's gonna have a different experience. So you get you know, differences in experience, but you also get at some point commonalities in everyone's experience, no matter how many humans you put in one area. And so the commonalities start to arise, kind of like in a transcendent picture, if you kind of put it together. And that's a little, you know, that gets represented, it gets recognized by the humans that are, the very humans that are representing it. And it kind of becomes culture, and it gets represented through either a story, to, you know, just talking about the experience, drawing it out. And, you know, it's kind of like, since it gets validated enough to the point where you could call it real. Okay, that was real. Not just I validated, but multiple people with different perspectives also validated it. So that's, you know, it's kind of pragmatic, really. But so that's kind of like what culture is in some sense. There's a lot more to it, really, but for the time and purposes of this video, we'll stick to that. And so these movies are kind of like what they're meant to represent. Not only that, they're also kind of, you know, honest representations of the superheroes themselves, the art, the action. You know, it's a lot of things involved, but what they're really based on here, what the storylines are supposed to explore, are these central themes in our culture as it progresses. Not only that, give me a second here. So that's one of the things that I like to examine from movies, you know, the cultural value that they contain, and kind of, you know, deconstruct it really and take what's good from it, you know, because they really I mean, these guys are pros. They study their lives away to do these kind of things, to put this all together, and they really go into detail, and they're really on point. I mean, it's one of the main reasons why they're so great. Fuck, I'm about to die here. Let's just fucking escape. Give me a second. I have no fucking health whatsoever here. I don't know. Oh, it was just the camera. Anyway, so we're back into safety. So there's that. There's also a lot of programming. I'm just gonna straight out say a bunch of shit here. There's also a lot of programming and propaganda in the movies, and You know, once you realize that there is such a thing, you gotta keep an eye on those. It's just like when songs get stuck in your head, usually because you're just not paying attention and they're in the background, they slip in there into your memory. Kind of like, okay, think about this. I don't want to get too much into this, these psychological concepts really. I guess not right now, but think about memory. So you get a thought, or you see something, or someone tells you something, whatever. You get an input, and then where does it go? Once you stop thinking about it, think of a car, and then stop thinking about it. Think of whatever color you want. Think of whatever car you want, and then stop thinking about it for about 10 seconds. Can you think of the car you thought? Obviously, but where did it go when you weren't thinking about it? Who the fuck knows? So that's how songs get in there, in a way, because you're not paying attention. You stop thinking about it. It's kind of like a filter. So that's how these things work in movies. There's a lot of things that go on, you know, the special effects, the plots, the characters, the scenes. Everything is too much to take in all at the same time. So they work magic here, literally and figuratively. So that's good to, you know, to basically make a lens to catch all that, and so that you're not, you know, because, okay, one of the main reasons why it's good to even just dive into the culture itself, because you might say, okay, well, culture is like society, and society's fucked up, whatever. I get that, but you can't live without it. You're a human. These are all humans. See, a human is born out of another human. A human just doesn't appear out of its own sake, yo. So you need these humans, whether you like it or not. So might as well just understand them and understand yourself. What do you want from them, and what do they want from you? Anyway, what were we saying? Shit. Okay, so why dive into all this shit anyway? Well, because like I said, you need it, and so that you don't get polluted or tainted with all the things that gave you the right to say that society's fucked up and whatnot. That's why you protect yourself, kind of in a way, really, by thinking for your own and figuring shit out. Anyway, there's a lot of things that are given to you in plain sight to figure out here in these movies. And that's kind of one of the things I want to discuss here too. See, like this latest Spider-Man movie. It's got the laser projection technology at best, and it projected real images. Not only that, these technologies are kind of like metaphors for psychological projections as well, because they work in a similar way. We project our mental image onto an object, and then we react to it. It's not that the object itself... Oh, give me a second here. There's a podcast, I can't hear myself.
Actually, she's not with us.
Shit.
Cancer, you know.
Howard, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
I'm trying to let them speak. I kinda... Come on, skip this shit already.
Gotta remind myself of that every now and again. Keep looking, will you? Finding the
Okay, Howard, can you just politely shut the fuck up already? Thank you. So, this projection technology stuff. Oh yes, projection. So, project a mental image onto an object, whether it be a mental object or physical object. The object itself doesn't project the image, we project it. Because again, like I said, everything seeks out expression. It's like an input and an output thing. You know, the culture, the human nature stuff. So that's the expression itself. It tends to be projective. And then we evaluate that projection that we ourselves created in the first place, and then we react to it. and then we form conclusions based on those reactions, and a lot of this stuff goes from there. So they're using these in the movie. They were using these projective things to project a reality that wasn't really there, in order to cause a reaction to conform to, I guess, Mysterio's illusion of salvation, really, that he's there to save the people as a collective and what. But okay, well, Spider-Man puts an end to it and basically tells them that he learns that people only fool themselves, and the only way not to get fooled is, by stop fooling yourself, really, and then you'll be able to see through all the illusions. But see, that's pretty much a perfect example of the way they put these messages in these movies, and there's a lot of them. They range from, like I said, every possible aspect of our culture, whether that be from, rights, race, identity, self-development, really, sexual identity, war, peace, just the state of the world itself, our values, family, friendships, loyalty, everything, sex also, girls, women, fuck, homosexuality as well. They, like I said, it's kind of a way to not adjust, kind of a way to make a printing, or kind of, I'm trying to find the right word while I fuck these guys up here. Kind of a way to influence, yeah, I guess that's the most straight up word, to influence the culture itself, really. I mean, but, oh shit, I'm getting shot here. Fuck you, let's take you up in the air. Well, shit, okay, you're just trash, and you deserve to die, but I'm Spider-Man, so I'm not gonna kill. Oh fuck, there's a bunch of here. Bro, I know you want to be Star Wars here, but we're in Spider-Man. Shit, okay. Yeah, so, oh fuck, they examine a lot of these issues here, popular and non-popular, in these movies, and these issues tend to change as we move on through time and all that. Not only that, but they also, since they're the ones making the movie and selecting what gets put in there and whatnot, they are the ones scripting it. It has a lot of influence in the way we perceive these cultural changes and these cultural happenings and whatnot. Oh shit. Give me it. Oh, there. Fuck. Barely got it. Nice. I really love fighting in these games, so that's why I put it in ultimate mode and just decided to test my shit out here. Anyway, so, oh fuck. There we go. Here we go. There you go. 3 guys at a time, and you're out of the fight, as well as your cousin here. Yep, guys sure have chose the right path in life. Anyway, oh shit. Oh, bomb. Fuck, got hit by the bomb. Shit. Okay, gotta fuck this guy up first real quick. Give me a second, we'll continue discussing shit. Fuck. Here we go. And then grab this bomb here. Fuck it. No, it's gonna hurt. It's not gonna hurt anyone, I meant to say. Oh, nice. Look at that water flow. Okay. I didn't hit anyone with the trash, but it's all good. I saved the day once again. And, okay, so. What are we saying? The cultural movement. The cultural issues explored in these movies, and because they have like I said, because they have the power to, you know, script these movies and whatnot, we got that. I think that's why it's also necessary to have your own discernment while engaging in this type of entertainment, because first of all, there's nothing bad about entertainment itself, really. It's just like everything, just balance. Too much of anything is bad. So entertainment exists, again, for cultural reasons, and it's, yeah, I mean, it's something that entertains you, so it's okay. Well, let's see. When things are really, you know, there does come a time where you can sit back and relax and maybe contemplate and think. That should be more of entertainment, not more of a mindless thing where you're just passing time with no definite purpose whatsoever. So in that case, you know, like video games, they were good and whatnot, it's good entertainment, but they have their constructive and destructive aspects to it. Their constructive ones being that they kind of do train your brain and your coordination, your fast thinking skills, and it's technology, and we're approaching a time where technology is basically getting ready to merge with the human body, not the genome yet, although we're already touching up on that as well, and I'll get into it soon. But yeah, technology's putting that far, so they're a good thing. They have a lot of uses, but then again, they have a lot of use, but they do have a lot of abuse, and you know, the abuses are just too much fucking gaming, yo, obsession with this shit, you know, addictions, as well as just, you know, the physical side effects where too much of this shit kind of does overload your brain, and you're affecting your eyesight, your posture. You're also not moving much of your body, you know, for a couple of hours, depending on how much you play. So that's, you know, that's just energy being stored, and that's accumulation and stagnation. Anyways, what you want to do is you want to take a proactive approach to these things, because they're easy to just get sunk into. Again, there are other realities. There's kind of like a projection technology using a TV, and that's what I was kind of gonna get into too. As I was watching the movie, I was like, hey, aren't they using a fucking projector to project this movie to get into like a fake little reality for a couple of hours? It's the same thing. So you gotta use discernment to tell what's real and what's not. I mean, like I said, this whole thing is based on culture, and culture kind of like comes from the human experience, but also shapes it at the same time. It's a back and forth communication thing, because you have to have discernment. Well, oh man, okay, give me a second here. Oh shit, oh look, there's people doing yoga here or something. I continue working out, people. I'm just passing by. Okay, so what was I saying, yo? Okay, so culture, human experience shapes culture, and culture shapes human experience. Fuck, I'm just going in circles here, quite literally. Fuck. Okay, let's take time to relax. Yes, because you need to discern the illusion from reality, again, because this whole culture thing, this whole human experience is represented through reality. Or no, okay, the whole purpose of, I guess, representing an experience or just representation itself is to test reality or to mark a reality. In a way, it's like a process of a reality becoming aware, or maybe some sort of awareness becoming aware of itself, and you know, it's just,
Spider crisis coming through.
I think the representation is still an effect, is still an after process of that which already happens anyway. It's really, it gets really abstract and I guess maybe advanced. I'm not too sure, but that's really the great lengths that these people go to here to produce these movies, and that's again one of the reasons why they're such big hits. I mean, they're not wasting their time here. They're really worth that much money. Why do you think so many humans, you know, sacrifice so much, you know, time, resources, and shit to go watch them? Not only that, they kind of get fanaticized, and a whole subculture arises from these superhero things. The movies, they're pretty impactful, and that's one of the reasons why, because they really dig into the very no, I don't want to say the very primordial, I guess, I don't know, the very fundamental, I guess, for lack of a better description, the very root fundamental experience of each and every one of us, really. And so once we're there, we can't deny that we all have an experience as long as we're alive, as long as you're born. You know, you're born and all of a sudden, you know, but you don't know, you know, you just see, like, you're born and then you have a memory. At some point, you figure out that you've been there for some reason. You've been there, and now you're just figuring out what is it that I see. And when I tend to see, I tend to feel. And it's just, you know, it's crazy. So a whole perception process starts, and out of that awareness, and it gives rise to to experience, I guess. Like, just, okay, I'm gonna structure this a little more. What I'm trying to get at here is that what's really trying to happen in the emergence of consciousness, really, in a child or a human or a living thing for that matter, is what to do with this whole thing. I mean, because like I said, it only grows, and at a certain point it catches onto itself. And I think it's a cycle, really, because once it catches onto itself, it's like, what is there more to catch on to? Okay, well, it has to be a loop, because before you were aware that you were aware, some part of you was already aware. You know, it just had to become aware that it was aware. And then you know what I'm saying? There's a little pattern coming up here. And so this double awareness has to be what would you call it? It has to, again, complete its cycle, that this awareness became aware of its awareness. It's fucking crazy. So what do you do with that? What do you do with all that? Because once it's on, yo. And it feels like you have no option, but apparently you do. It's weird. See, well, I guess the whole issue lies in there itself, because before you were aware, we're replacing aware with conscious here, just for simplicity's sake. Before you were aware, wait, give me a second, it's really easy to lose track here because it's really abstract and highly logical, but before you, okay, give me a second. We were... Give me a second. Let's get to the top here and get a clear image. Okay. Shit. We missed it. Come on. Get to the top here. Just the tip. There we go. Come on, Peter. Just the tip. Don't tell me you can't get the tip. Come on. Let's... Peter Parker, you're gonna get the tip, alright? And you're gonna stand on it. Okay, enough of that. There we go. There we go. Looks like we're headed straight down for fucking... Come on, yo. So... Okay, where's... There we go. You gotta be shitting me in utmost seriousness. And here we are. Beautiful. You wanna take a look at the Stark building? How about we make our journey over there while we keep explaining this whole thing? So... Okay, so what do you do with that once you're on? It's on, and it seems like... Okay, I guess... Oh, there we go. So it's a pattern. A cycled pattern. It seems like the pattern was designed, maybe, to recognize itself and build on itself. Yeah, really. Through its cycles, and through each cycle it gains its self-recognition. Each time a cycle is complete, it's like one. Everything is one. And there's some kind of energy that built up, you know, and it needs to be released. And that sort of motion there, that's some form of motion. I mean, it has to for the cycle to continue. How else did it start? I mean, and once it's aware, let's just say one completion is already aware, and let's just say, okay, so the cycle is a cycle. I am a cycle. That's where you get the I am stuff and whatnot. Hey, look, we're already here. You know, because you are complete. And give me a second. Because it is a cycle, it needs to repeat itself and gain more awareness. Okay, what else am I? Oh, yeah, I've never actually been here in the game. Let me just check out the A here. Oh my god, that is just beautiful. Oh my god, look at the Stark building. Oh, shit. It's got the A on both sides. How about we step up a little bit closer here to the top? Oh my god. It's not so much like in the movies, but it's pretty close. I mean, I could picture the inside and everything. This is where they come in, Loki comes in, and they're having that fight there in the middle. Hulk and Thor, Hulk and Loki. Everyone comes afterward, and they're destroying the whole place here. Anyway, so let's check out the A one more time because it's pretty legendary. Look at that. Beautiful. So you get this pattern of increasing awareness, and let's just say with more awareness you have a little more control, really. More energy. You know, the more you complete the cycle, the more times you complete, the more energy you gain, I guess, really. Give me a second here. Hi, boy. Okay, I apologize about the interruption, but I do have to work soon, very unfortunately. Fortunately, but very unfortunately at the same time, yo, fuck. Anyway, we're gonna work. Okay, so we left off in our important discussions are what all these movies are based on, kind of. We left off on, I guess, kind of like a pattern. We're